Thank everybody for tuning in, man. It is a pleasure always speaking to you guys about the Cowboys. We all know that that's our team. We love our team. But we're going to talk about the first 4 weeks of the Cowboys schedule. We're just going to really dive into that, what it means to win the first game, what it means to lose the first game, or what it means to tie the first game. Those are things that we have to look at, who we have to play to as well. Shout out to all you guys, man. It's just one of those things. Whereas last night it was a off the field, off the chain, just juggernaut of a show, 2 hours straight, no commercial breaks. I'm talking about we were just talking the real, spitting fire. My guy, Big Game James, Yoga Flame. My guy, the People's Champ, Bosh Lombardi, dropping bombs everywhere. Hey, you guys know, man, when Vosh come out, he speak the truth on a lot of things too as well. And as well as Big Game James. Shout out to DDP too as well. Don't forget to follow their pages, follow their channel, because we got a lot of things that's in the mix too as well. And I said as well about 3,000 times, but you guys know what it is. So with that being said, I'm Law Nation. And if you don't know who I am, I do film session, film reviews, film breakdowns. We do a whole lot of things from A to Z. What I'm going to do now is the next series coming about will be the every Dak Prescott pass, whether it's good, whether it's bad or happy or sad. I'm doing every clip of him passing the ball going from week 1 all the way through the entire season, all the way through week 16. So we're going to get that out there for everybody to see. It's just going to be raw cut-ups of Dak Prescott throwing the ball, and we're going to see what was needed to be done. We're going to see the missed passes. We're going to see the errant throws too as well. We're going to see the receivers having the ball bounce off their body. Everything is going to be in 4K. So look for that in the following days. Also, I'm going to talk about the personnel grouping that we should run out of. I think we're going to run out of a 20 personnel. If those don't know 20 personnel, that's the old traditional set. That's with the fullback in the backfield, the running back, and as well as you having 3 receivers out there, and of course your guy that you can add into the slot. So 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Well, 3 receivers, no tight end basically. 3 receivers, 1 fullback and a halfback. So, and I think that we can run that personnel, and I think for sure that a lot of teams may scratch their head because a lot of teams don't run the 20 personnel. But shout out to, let me just give a quick shout out to the first person who laid dirt up in the mix, Victor Baker in there, man. He got to be part of the notification squad. You got to be part of the notification squad. Emmanuel, you came close, but no cigar. To second place, produced by Germ. He said, "What's up, Law?" He's in 3rd. So those are the guys who laid dirt. That's the first person to lay dirt in the chat box. Shout out to the chat box, you guys. I might as well call it the flame box, the hot box, because we've been talking a lot. All right, so let's get things going. First week, as we see, this is the 2018 schedule. This is on the Dallas Cowboys website. Shout out to the Dallas Cowboys website, and just a little. How can I put this? A little feedback from the Dallas Cowboys website. You guys can't go on 6-week vacation. You got to stop that. You guys got to have somewhere where you give me a call, Big Game James a call, Silver and Blue Nation, Mark Holmes, Foots the King, Shango, somebody. And we got to man that front page for the Dallas Cowboys website, because that's just kind of crazy for to have 6 weeks with no content. Come on now. All right, so we got to get our fix. Cowboy Nation, you guys know we got to get our fix. We feeding the Cowboys. All right, so week 1, we got the Panthers, right? It's at 4 o'clock, well, 4:25. And the type of philosophy that Panthers run, they have Nove Turner as their offensive coordinator. And we all know that Nove Turner knows the in and outs of Jason Garrett. And I don't know, somebody can pick my brain. I don't know whether or not this is their first encounter of them playing against one another. I don't know, did he kind of coach for the Chargers? I don't think he was on that team. I think they kind of played with one another before. But knowing the tendencies, knowing the Nove Turner system, he pretty much a spread the ball around guy too as well. But in his older days, he's more of a run first team. So I think that Nove Turner is going to try to run with their running backs. I think that the reads for Cam Newton should be open across the middle, across the seams. I think that he's going to utilize the middle of the field. So with that being said, we cannot get Cam Newton comfortable within the pocket. And on top of that too as well, will Cam Newton is the guy that can kill us inside the pocket? No. I think that if we can flush him out to one side, to his weak side, I think that we can have a better chance. But we not with week one, we're not going with all forces, right? We already know with the David Irvin, he's not going to be able to play for the first 4 weeks. So with that being said, we're going to have somebody young to step it up. As far as this training camp, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have to figure out if Dorrance Armstrong, can he be that guy? And then if, Lord forbid, Roger Goodell not granting Randy Gregory permission to play, then we're going to be really focusing on the what's this guy's name that we picked up, Coney Ely. So hopefully Randy Gregory will be out there. Hopefully week one, he got all his rust out the way and they allow him to go through the training camp and we'll see the burst, the speed, the range to get out there to the edge, the short area quickness that we all love. And we can finally see Randy Gregory having a good, clean start this year. Hopefully that can be the case in the scenario because you do not, and I'm going to repeat, you do not want Cam Newton to get... You don't want that to happen. You just don't want him to get comfortable. And they're a type of team, they play with a lot of momentum. When we talk about football, everybody's seen the college play, right? Cam Newton's kind of like that college play quarterback. Once he gets his momentum up, he gets to dancing, he gets to rubbing it in your face, and now you want to try to stop him, and you guys get unfocused, and that is not a good sight for us, So what we have to do is create pressure. We do know that the Super Bowl that Cam Newton played in, what allowed them to beat him? Pressure. Because that 15-1 season, he looked like he was unstoppable. Cam Newton was just if he can stand like a statue, and if he can get that momentum going, because we got to play against two good running backs that they have. I think the Curtis Samuel and the other kid, I think he's number 22. I want to say Christian McCaffrey. I think that's how you say his name. I think that these guys are not the biggest running backs in the world, but they will embarrass you because he can line up into the slot. He can line up to the backside. He can do a lot of things in formation. So if you figure out a way, if you don't figure out that way to stop this guy, then we can be up creek. Shout out to Taco Man Tony. What's going on, man? Shout out to you, man. That's one of the coldest names right now in this box, man. What's up? Boomer Sooner. What's going on? North Turner offense is predictable. Ask Vikings. They'll tell you. It is, but it's the first week. So North Turner is known for once he get the ball rolling, that he will put that offense on you and you will be trying to claw out because they still have a formidable defense. And you don't want North Turner to play with the lead. All right, so this is from Wicked Man. What's going on with you? What's up, Law? It's about adjustments and depth for Garrett. Yeah, now, adjustments and depth, of course, second half adjustment is one of the things that I said the other day that I really want Jason Garrett to focus on. Regardless of the situation, we lost I can say 2 or 3 games from last year, just alone for not making these adjustments. Seeing what the opposition is doing, making account for that. That is all adjustment is. If you're seeing that they're coming out of a heavy run formation, or if you see them in their base defense formation out of this particular package, as far as what personnel, whether or not it's 11 or 12 personnel, then you have to make those necessary adjustments. But it's like chess, right? You can't just go out there and say, okay, I'm stronger, I'm bigger, and I'm better than you. No, you got to use the thinking cap. All right, so this is from Jordan Lewis. Not from Jordan Lewis. This is from produced by Germ. He says Jordan Lewis destroyed DJ Moore in college at Laws Nation. Yeah, I mean, will we see a repeatance, por favor? You know what I'm saying? Will we see a repeatance, please? Will we see this happen again and again? Virginia Finer, salute to you. Hey, hopefully so. Hopefully so we will see this again. All right, so this is from Shogun. Cam is a front runner and isn't cool, calm, and collective like Dak. Yes, but if you get Cam, if you get Cam that momentum, he will rub it into your face. He will lay it on you strong, and he'll do this. You know what I mean? And we do not want that happening. And I do know it's a away game. So on the road, technically, collectively, and I can say this, we seem to play pretty well on the road, you know. So I really think, guys, if we can just manage this game out properly, run the ball, set the tone, whether it's offense, defense, if we can set the tone first, and I really think that if we can just have them playing on their heels, having Cam Newton to, if you can get Cam Newton pretty much like this, if you can get Cam Newton on one side of the field, like just on one thing, it's just, okay, he's going to have to pass to beat us. If you take away his run, then I think we have a higher chance, okay? And how do we do that? We got to score when we get the ball. We have to take advantages of the opportunity. I know seems like the same exact speech that every coach have to say, we must win the turnover battle, you know, but we must get takeaways, we must get those turnovers, and we must take on the responsibility of controlling the game. All right, Indianola, Mississippi, Delta Babies Law. Hey, shout out to Gentry High, man. What's up? What you know about Gentry High? You know what I mean? The Delta, Rouville. What you know about that, bruh? That's from Modley, man. What's going on? Raiders 420. We got Raiders Nations in this mix, man. What are you saying? Who lead the league and pick sixes last year? That's a question that everybody already know. And we know that Dak Prescott led the league in pick sixes, but the ball bounced off the body. And we can argue about ball placement, but there are one things that we have to correct too as well. If Terrence Williams makes this team, and it's going to be a long shot for me from saying this, if he get cut or something like that, then we're going to rely on brand new resources out there, and hopefully those guys can catch the ball when they hit them in the chest, hands, what have you. Old coach used to say this, and I know it's kind of like cliche, but it is kind of factual with this. And it's Jerry Rice too as well. Everybody respect Jerry Rice. If the ball, and this is before the gloves, because now they got gloves out there that help you. But if the ball touch your hands, you got to catch it, and that's just one of the things. Virginia Finest, what QB fumbled out of the end zone cost them the team? Oh, buddy, the old school debate between Derek Carr and Dak Prescott. You know, it's laughable as far as the numbers per se. The numbers are kind of similar, but you know, those convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. You already know how that goes. Antoine Mayers, what's going on? Dez played defense on a few passes there. Thank you for making the donation to help grow the nation. Yeah, Dez played defense. I guess it was against the Broncos game. He stopped the interception there. I think I saw a pass that I knew for sure there was going to be a pick six against the Chargers game too as well. But there's old news, man. He's gone. Hopefully he can land on his feet, and he goes with a team with a veteran quarterback so that people can see the graces and the love of Dez Bryant. But moving forward, back to the Panthers, we must jump out with the lead, and if not, this defense have to play solid. We know we don't have full force, and this is the 5th year in a row, and I kind of blamed it on the coaching staff, and I do know that players make dumb mistakes, but you still have to have that fear, you know, instilled into your players and saying, okay, if you decide to have a mess up off the field and not playing, then you could cause you more than just playing time. So with that being said, we don't have a team week 1 with full force. We have a team that is going to be a makeshift force because the defensive front is still a big question mark. And I don't care who's scouting or which analysts come out here and say, oh, the Dallas Cowboys front four is going to be amazing for week 1. They're lying to you. They're selling you the moon is made of cheese. All right, Antoine Mayers, or is it Myers or Mayers? He's making a donation to help grow the nation with $14.99, man. Shout out and salute to you, brother. Every penny count, guys. Every penny count. He said, respect your work, bruh. Yeah, man, I respect you guys for watching the show and help driving this show to be one of the best shows that's out here on YouTube. guys, help me get to 30,000. Then after I get to 30,000 subscribers, help me get to 50. And then we get to 50,000. Let me get to 100,000 and I'm just going to be medieval nasty over here. I'm going to take the shirt off, boy. Might as well unplug the tie now, boy. I'm telling you, it's going to be nasty, boy. All right, who is this? Ali Morris. How do you think of the defensive end position? Is it going to be, how's it going to be this year, basically? How you think the defensive end is going to be this year? I think the Marcus Lawrence, D-Law, 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 outlaw, right? I think that D-Law, he should have some similar numbers what he had last year, if not better. The guy is working on his kung fu craft, his hand placement. Go watch Voch Lombardi's film breakdown of hand placement, his hand moves of D. Lawrence. I'm telling you, this guy's finesse. He have power. He got the shoulder dip, and if you add in what Randy Gregory can do, my goodness, this defensive front, far as the ends, will be nasty. And you put in the rotations of a Coney. If you put in the rotations of a Taco, and I'm hearing from Taco Camp that his lower body is stronger, his dexterity, as far as his bend at the waist and his short area, is getting better. And he's getting more power. He's growing into that young body. So it's not me trying to sell you anything, because you guys know that we're going to validate or trust what we see when we get out there to Oxnard. And that's one of the things, like the donation to help grow the nation, we'll put in tickets for me to fly out there. You see, and everything for us to have a camera. And shout out to the my boy, who will try to squeeze around, and hopefully, I'm not going to outspeak my wisdom teeth, but hopefully can give us press passes so you guys can see me with a little microphone, with a little backdrop booth, and saying, hey, Cheeto Bear Woozier, what's up, man? This is your brother, and it's going to be real. It ain't going to be that little fake talk. It's going to be us talking. How do you feel what you're going to do this year? Lined up against the best wide receivers out there. What are your mindset when you're talking about this move and that move? That is what this thing is all about, guys. John Spark, man, shout out to you, man. He said, how about Law Nations? What's up, man? The donation to help grow. Yeah, keep helping this thing grow. So moving forward to the New York Giants. Those Giants, man. Oh, buddy. Eli. Saquon Barkley. The other guy, Hernandez. And this guy right here that people fail to realize from the New York Giants camp. He stepped it up last year. His numbers wasn't just like the media, because they was losing. But the media wasn't pumping this guy up at all. I'm talking about I think his name is Ingram, the tight end / receiver. And you throw in now, if number 13 is healthy, Odell, which I call him Odella. If Odella is healthy, and then you have the Ingram, and then you have the other guy, I want to say his number, he's a slot guy. His daddy played for the Cowboys. Shepard, I think that's his name. Sterling Shepard, I think that's his name. You add those pieces out there. I think that they're going to do a heavy dose. They said, okay, what worked for the Cowboys? And let us use some of that philosophy. Okay, so that's what they did. Okay, now we got a running back. We're going to be a run-first team. We got a veteran quarterback. Eli, we do know that Eli likes to give gifts away. And for the Giants fans, whoever watched this film like that later on down the day, not to just throw Eli all the way under the bus, trying to be like the Cowboys. Maybe they took a page out of the Saints playbook. What can we do to help our quarterback out? So I think that what helped Eli out through his entire career was the running back. You look at what the big guy did, Brandon, I guess his name Jacobs, that 4th and 1 play when they beat the Patriots. He was able to get those small, dirty yards. So I think that now with the running back core, with the Saquon Barkley, the kid can do just about everything from A to Z, catch out of the backfield. It's like a mixture of a Bell, believe it or not, and I'm talking about the Le'Veon Bell and the Ezekiel Elliott. You put those mixtures together. He's like a smaller, I guess, an impact player like a Joe Mixon, So he's one of those guys too as well that can take the ball upfield, and I will do a film breakdown on him come the week following or week coming of the NFL second week. I would do like a little small excerpt, little small film session of Saquon Barkley, what he can do, what is his cons, his pros, what we need to look for. And my only thing is they still have Eli, and but we still have to respect the fact that Eli's a two-time championship quarterback, right? Super Bowl. And luck seems to fall on his side, even though with the scandal with the selling fraudulent material and using NFL logos on fraudulent materials, and somehow the NFL said, okay, he can do those things. We're not even going to do an investigation on investigation. So neither here nor there. He don't get the scrutiny that other players gets because I guess he plays for the Giants, and I think Roger Goodell is a Giants fan or something like that. I heard back in the days, but neither here nor there. This is what we really need to do with the Giants. Pressure bust a pipe, right? And even though we won the first week with them last year, it wasn't like a game that we can sit back and say, okay, we dominated that entire game. It was a game where some things fall into place with us. The Giants defense is still the Giants defense. They're going to come out and they're going to say, we're going to force, their whole mindset is we're going to force Dak Prescott to beat us, right? We're going to put 8 and 9 men in the box. We're going to shut down all of the small rush lanes. We're going to make sure that he has no reverse lane to go to as well. So that is what they're going to do. So Dak Prescott, he got to be really on the money. And I think that, I don't know if Janoris Jenkins, he's still going to start, right? He's still going to be out there. So we're going to have to figure out a way to score early and often, and because Eli finds his way to get back into the game. So if we can score if we can score early and get back into this game and put the pressure on Eli, I think that's how we can win this game. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat box who just joining in. Chris Longley, shout out to you, man. Thank you for joining in. John Sparks, man, really, really shout out to you, man. Thank you for making the donation. Howell, what's going on? The third. What if we would have gotten the DB plays in Jacksonville, then got Barkley? Are you talking about the what if we would have went back like a couple years ago and got Ramsey and then fooled around and got a Saquon Barkley for this year? I mean, we wouldn't have all of the drama that Ezekiel Elliott brought to the team. But as they say in Spider-Man, with great power come great responsibility. And they would have figured out something. The NFL have this big old magnifying glass, and they would have just start looking over Jalen Ramsey, and they'd have found probably something. He didn't tie his shoe right, or he spit gum out on the parking lot, and they'd have said, okay, the guy's littering, So they'd have found something. I just don't have 100% faith in the NFL, and it's just what it is. Almighty Bones, man, what's up, man? Shout out to you, man. Barkley stays out of, he does stays out of trouble. Roger Goodell can suck my scrotals. I think that's what you put out there, Almighty Bones. Oh man, it is what it is. Barkley, he's he's a very, very well-rounded kid. I mean, you probably will not see anything about him. It kind of reminds me of, and I know this kind of be like a crazy analogy, but no, I can use this one. He kind of remind me, not even an analogy. I'm going to just move on from it. He reminds me of a Marvin Harrison, although Marvin Harrison shut up some places, and I think I don't know where he at now, but that temperament, that subtle quietness guy that put his mouthpiece in, and you rarely hear from him. That who Saquon Barkley reminds me of. And to be honest to you guys, this NFC East, we play each other so tight. We play each other so rough. And it can be one of those games where it can be a real tight game. And if it's the team that can score early and often, will be the team that win. We don't want bonehead plays, right? We don't want T. Will trying to get out of bounds and don't get out of bounds type of stuff. Billy D. Harden. This is from my guy saying the man 213. Shout out to you, long follower of the channel. He says, he called me Billy D, and then he mixed in James Harden, so he called me Billy D. Harden. Where's your Coke 45 and hen dog? I had my hen dog last night. You know, it's too soon right now for me to drink any Coke 45, my Seth Mock liquor. And it's too early for me to jump on a hen dog right now. But shout out and salute to you, man, my brother. Floyd, he said, what's up, Law? What's up to you too as well? All right, so moving forward, this is what we need to do. The defense against their offense. Defense must win that game. All right, so the next game on the list is the Seattle Seahawks. We know the Seattle Seahawks play us pretty rough, and I really think that for years, our Achilles heel has been either the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. Those are the two teams that I'm just kind of like to myself, just beat them at all costs. Do not let them come up for air. Do not let them breathe. And we still missing Belly Irvin, David Irvin that game. And I really am just still upset about this game altogether. This game right here, we must win this game. This is a must-win game. I do know that it's June right now, but I'm saying to myself, from a mental aspect of it, we must win this game, and not just win. We must dominate this game. And here's why. It's the psychology of it. You know, I really think that the comparable of Dak Prescott to a Russell Wilson will always be, and I think that always the way that Chris Richard used to coach his team. It's a game that he pretty much circled on his calendar, proving the fact that, okay, they let go of a genius, a madman, a scientist, a mad scientist of the defense. I really think that we must win this game because football is all about momentum, and everybody going to say, hey, man, Law, chill, man, sip the Kool-Aid, go get the hen like you guys saying the man said, because it's only week 3. No, you win right now, you set the tone, and then the other weeks, it will prepare the minds of the rest to say, okay, the Cowboys are for real. They got rid of their best receiver, quote unquote, you know, and they got rid of some guys, their best tight end, quote unquote. And now this young team that's average age is 25 is coming with force, especially if we won the first 2 games, right? It'll be a 2-0 game leading into your 3rd game. It will be like, okay, are they really the team, you see? So with that being said, if we come out flat and if we give life into this team with this number 3 quarterback, his name is Russell Wilson. This guy can embarrass you, especially since we don't have nobody who can contain him. And you really want to keep him inside the pocket because he's short and he got a jump throw. He kind of reminds you of Drew Brees a little bit because he's so short and he got to jump throw that ball. If you can keep him in the pocket, if you can get him to, he will throw the ball away too as well. If we win this game, not just by not barely, if we dominate this game, it will set the tone for the entire season. And then we will say to ourselves, we made it, we are ready, and we are bringing in this thunder. So with that being said, if we can do this, it's possible, but the flaws of this team, and I'm not going to just give you guys the sugar-coated. The flaws of this team is that we're not 100%. Off of the jump, we're not 100%. We don't have the David Irvins, right? And we still have our reservations on who's going to be our safety guy. And I do know that everybody's saying, hey, trust the young guys, trust the process. We still have to have some type of veteran guy that can understand what is going on out there in this game. Because if they eat us up down the middle of this field, because that's where the flaws at with the cover 2 scheme, seam routes in the middle of the field, it's going to be medieval. But if we can figure out a way to win this game and dominate this game, that would be everything. Let me shout out to everybody that's still in the chat box. Cleveland Brown, did Russell Wilson banged the owner's wife? Because with the deal he had, the Seahawks giving him is trash with the trashy offensive line. I don't know, man. Cleveland Brown, I don't know. Facts versus Seattle. This is Chris Longley. Yeah. We gotta bring the thunder, man. I love the Q&A session. Jay, what's up, man? He said, "What's good, Law? Much love from 509." Shout out to you, man. Look alive, look alive. What's going on with you? Double standards on game and suspensions. Yes, it's always a double standard. The NFL have their set of rules. Then they have another set of rules. They pull out one book and they say, you know what? This doesn't pertain to Cowboys book. Let's pull out this other book, you know. And when they pull out that book, that's when they say, okay, this is pertaining to Cowboys suspension. 6 games for the Cowboys. If the Cowboys do this particular, transgression, it's 3 games if any other team does this. And just like with the Greg Hardy situation, the guy that's from North Carolina, from Charlotte, they put the suspension on the Cowboys. If you talk to most people, if you just do a poll, if you go out there and you say, okay, Greg Hardy, and I'm not talking about Randy Gregg, I'm talking about Greg Hardy, they would say that's the guy from the Cowboys who beat up his girlfriend. They would not say that's the guy from the Panthers. You see, the Panthers got themselves away from that, Even Ray Rice, if somehow somebody mentioned Ray Rice, they say that's the guy from the Cowboys. Ray Rice didn't even never play for the Cowboys. We get all of the negative stuff. And this is not just about being America's team. The Yankees don't get this type of treatment. The Lakers, the Boston, and also you can throw in, maybe you can throw in the Patriots, the hate and the vicious stuff people throw at the Patriots. They figure out a way to just come unscathed, resolve of all of their issues and stuff like that. And it's just kind of crazy to me, The Raiders, even you talking about the Raiders and their problems, and we can go on and on and on with the Steelers situation. Steelers, I'm talking about Ben Roethlisberger, accused of rape. We can only imagine if that was a Cowboys player accused of rape allegations. You see, Ben Roethlisberger, you had never known that happened. I remember reading stories of LeGarrette Blount and Le'Veon Bell got caught with some blunts, and we don't really hear about that news echoing throughout the NFL. But it's just one of those things where that's the Steelers. They got 6 Super Bowl rings. Everybody in the NFL is looking up to them, but the Rooneys, they figure out a way to get from under that. Patriots had murderers and all this stuff. Team Aaron Hernandez. If that was on the Cowboys, we'll still be talking about that, But they figure out a way to get rid of from this stuff. Blunts with blunts, yeah, produced by germs, And I think for sure that I think police was reported. I think somebody got arrested. And I think that they still kind of like, okay, this is Le'Veon Bell. Let's reduce his suspension, And that's police, that's records, And then let's just never hear about that. Law Nation is the peanut gallery. This is Vaj Lombardi. Hey, man, shout out to Vaj Lombardi. I'll be the peanuts. Throw me the peanuts. Because I'm telling you right now that if the peanut gallery, I'll be the king of the peanut gallery and I'll be the king of the bandwagon fans, because somebody need to come home to somebody. Come on to Law Nation show. You know what I mean? Hey, bro, I didn't set you up. Vaj Lombardi, man, he felt that he was set up. Hey, if anybody don't know who Vaj Lombardi is, VOCH Lombardi, go follow his page. The guy got some tremendous insights, but his mindset is about, okay, Garrett is his guy. And Garrett was my guy for a long time. I was comparing Jason Garrett's numbers to Tom Landry's before, right? And not sitting there saying to myself, and that was just me not trying to paint myself into a corner, but I really did when I said, okay, Jason Garrett is Tom Landry. But I forgot one major component. Tom Landry had years and years to play this coach his football team. And then on top of that, Tom Landry didn't have to worry about this thing called salary cap. And when you have to worry about the salary cap, it's a brand new world. It's a brand new flavor. It's a different type of view of things. And when you have that type of component, it's hard. It's hard. You got to remove the principles of falling in love with your players. And the Cowboys for years, even since the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, we fall in love with the players. We build statues and monuments to our players. Starting Frisco, there's pillars and statues out there and blocks and shrines almost for the players, the greats, And it's just one of those things, man. Law Nation is the voice, real talk, Big D. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. Chris got my back, Bob. You better get back. I call you the people champ, but you better get back before you get folded up like a wallet. Yes, yes, the king of the bandwagons in the peanut gallery. Law Nation would take that crown any day. You guys come and follow me. What's up, man? Botch equals Garrett Lover. It's from Boomer Sooner. You know, we all have to fall in the place of rooting for Jason Garrett because he's our coach, right? He's our leader of the team. And we really gonna have to focus in and wish that everything good happened to Jason Garrett this year because that's handpicked from Jerry Jones for Jason Garrett to be the coach. And as much as I pretty much don't like it, you know, it's kind of like that Madison. You got to take it one way or another. So that's just what it is. What we got here, Floyd. What's going on? If Hollywood Henderson played today, he probably would have been permanently banned. Yeah, I mean, some of these guys that played earlier in the you can throw in the 90s, in the early 80s and mid 80s and the 70s, they wouldn't make it. You know, especially I just miss Paul Tagliabue. Can we get Paul Tagliabue back in the mix, right? Because Roger Goodell, he loved just putting his fingerprint on all this NFL stuff. But moving forward to the Lions, man. Lions. Tigers and Bears, oh my. You know, the thing is with the Lions, Matthew Stafford, you know, Highland Park, genius, you know. I don't know if this is a away game or a home game. It's at 1 o'clock, September the 30th. Circle that calendar. Put that on the calendar. They really have an axe to grind with us, right? They think that we took a game away from them. The way we feel about the Seattle, the way we feel about Green Bay, there is the Lions, you know. The Lions feeling like, hey, if I had the opportunity, if I had the time to replay that game, we would have beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, and we'd have beat that team, and we'd have won the Super Bowl. So they have the same axe to grind with us. So don't sleep on what Matthew Stafford can do because he is a guy that can put the ball on the money, throw every pass out there. So the revamp of their team, they're going to figure out a way because think about this. You got a new coaching philosophy. They're going to play controlled football. They're going to say, we're going to run this ball, we're going to pound this ball, and then we're going to try to throw this ball, and we're going to try to set the identity and the thought and the tone of this game. And I don't know whether or not this may be a flex game. They might flex it to primetime hours because it's on Fox. Let me see. It's Fox at 1 o'clock. It may be one of those games, guys, that they're going to try to pump this game up, especially if we coming out 3-1 at this point, or 4-0, or whatever. Was it 3-0 at this point? It can be, or 2-1, 3-0. You know, it can be one of those games, guys. And this TV ratings, we all know that if we have to build this thing around the fact that we got a new group of wide receivers, Ezekiel Elliott should be leading the NFL in rushing at this point. It's going to be nice. It's going to be one of the games that's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm predicting like 35 to maybe 31. Cowboys win. You guys know how that goes, right? Cowboys win 35-31. It's going to be a high-powered game. Everybody going to be sitting at the edge of their seats, and it's going to be one of those games where it's at the fourth quarter. Dak Prescott drops back. He dodged the opposition. Steps up. Pass the ball to Michael Gallup. This is going to be his breakout game, baby. Woo-wee! And if also, too, as well, if Jeff Heath can just make another major impact, because everybody circa 2013 when Jeff Heath got destroyed by the Giants. I mean, not by the Giants, but by the Lions, you know. And it was that game that Megatron then just bodied everybody out there and put up 200-some yards. So that was the game that everybody remembered. 2013, Jeff Heath against the Lions, you know. So maybe this can be the game that Jeff Heath just step it up and show out. All right, so I went over the first 4 games. That's what I was intended to do. We do know that we get David Irving back on week 5, October the 7th. Hopefully he'll be just not belly Irving, he'll be shredded David Irving and get out there and we can have a revamp, a re-emergence of the great defensive front four. Everything can become just medieval, just nasty. And we're going to sit there and say, yes, Cowboys on the way to win the Super Bowl, baby, around about week 5. But what's up, man? Shout out. This is going to be another Q&A session. We're going to close out everything. Shout out to Jay, man. What's going on? Jay Farm, bump that. The Philly/Jacksonville game going to be lit. We're going to get there. It's way down the list. Maybe I'll do another show. Maybe I'll bring in Vosh Lombardi, to talk about that. Down the line, we do full score prediction, season prediction before this season kick off, so we can put all our stuff out there on wax, so that everybody can sit there and say, this is what Law Nation predicted before the season. And I won't be like those guys that be in the comment section like, hey, I predicted that we were going to go 13-3. Or I predicted we was going to go 4-12 before the season started. Or I predicted we were going to go 10-6. Those people, you guys know those guys, right? Nobody in this chat box already. There's none of us that's in the chat box that do those crazy prediction after the season is gone or after the season is done. Brandon Stewart, what's going on? Cowboys have a question mark. What's going on? Texans/Jag will give us some problems. Yeah, true. This is the Blue Star for life. Put that life on there. Yeah. Hawk Rage Cowboy. Let's smash the NFC East. We did it last year. We're 5-1. All we needed to do is win one more. We could have been undefeated in the NFC East. We still control the NFC East. We just didn't have a good year altogether because the NFL had the spotlight on us. I'm gonna go to my grave saying that. But he says some teams on our schedule ain't gonna be hard. That's what he did. Yeah. Real Cowboys fan, clap with the fire. This is from Chris. What's going on? Yeah, Cleveland Brown. I watched that show. Cleveland Brown. It's the schedule is harder than I first thought. Yeah, I can just do a little preview of that. Let me see. I mean, all these games. Panthers game. That's not a gimme. That's gonna be a tough game right there. The Giants game, they always play us tough. We can look at that. The Seattle Seahawks game, that's a real tough game, defensive game. The Lions game, high-powered offense, new philosophy with their coaching staff. They may be a high-powered defense at this point, so that's a tough game. My God, this is a tough defensive game. I could just name you all the defensive game. Giants defensive game, Seattle defensive game, high-powered offensive game. We don't know. This thing kind of like the xenophobia part right here. The unknown. We can fear the unknown because this team right here, we don't know whether or not it could be high-powered offense or defense. Because Pat Patricia, I think that's how you say his name. He's going to be coaching this team. This game right here, Texans. We know that they're a defensive-minded game. My God, the Jacksonville Jaguars defense. The Redskins, fickle team, man. I don't know what the hell the Redskins going to be with Alex Smith. We don't know. We do know the Titans. Remember the Titans, that defensive team. Low key, that is a defensive team. They got a guy that got an axe to grind with us too as well. They got the old school, help me out, guys. They got the Steelers pass coach for this team. So, and I think they got that guy from the Steelers. I forgot his name. Dang, that is a good defensive team. We got good defensive teams we up against. The Sheagles, the Filthy, that's a good defensive team. And I got an axe to grind with this team right here, the Falcons. All right, so that's a good explosive offensive team. Todd Haley. No, that's an offensive guy. But who's the defensive guy for the Titans? Who's the defensive? It's not Greg Williams. Didn't they let Greg Williams go? What's up with Murray? Shout out to Damian Macha. Yeah, what's up? The Redskins, they always play us tough. And look how this schedule flow too as well. We play the Eagles at the, let me see if I can do this. We go right here. We play the Eagles at their home. You see how I got it highlighted right here? We play the Eagles at their home. And then we play the Falcons at the Atlanta. So that's going to be 2 road games back-to-back. November the 11th, November the 18th, back-to-back road games. Those games give us problems, man. Yeah, this whole entire, this whole entire schedule looks very rough. Oh, my God. This schedule do look good. Good in the way of bad scheduling, man. This is rough teams all together. But hey, we got to just stand up and fight. This is a high-powered offensive team, the Saints. Eagles defensive team coach. That's another conundrum. We don't know who they are. The Bucks. We don't know who they are. They don't have no identity at this point. But it's week 16, and then week 17 we got the Giants again. We still have. It could be like win this game, you in. Lose this game, you out. Hey, y'all see my little picture down there, man? Shout out to the Facebook group. There's my little picture of me and my little baby right there. But neither here nor there. Guys, it's going to be one of those things that none of this stuff is given. We're going to have to set the tone. We're going to have to set the temperament. We're going to have a lot of primetime games. And on top of that, too, as well, think about it this way. The teams that we're looking at the schedule, they're looking at it, too, as well. They're saying we're going to play Dallas. We're going to have to be ready to stop Ezekiel Elliott. We have to worry about Rod Smith. We're going to have to worry about, too, as well. Dak Prescott keeping the RPO, running the ball too as well, throwing the ball down the field. We got to worry about Tavon Austin. So we're looking at it from the Cowboys' perspective, and the other team's looking at it from, damn, we got to face this Travis Frederick. We got to face Connor Williams. We got to face Lyle Collins. They got to look at it from that aspect too as well. So, and then they're looking at it too. They got to face Belly Irvin. They got to face D-Law. So it goes both ways. So it's not just one side. I do know as Cowboys Nation, we still have our reservation because we don't see anything. It's too soon. All right, so this me closing out. Wiggle Bell, shout out to you, man. 12-4. Wiggle Bell, my brother with the black hands, man. That's what I'm talking about. 100, 12-4 would be nice. And then when we go 12-4, I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh man, look at the schedule. It was a powder puff schedule." When we go 12-4, I want everybody to give us our respect. Pay the due of respect. You guys owe us that. John Sparks must beat the refs too as well. Well, I heard they got a new crew. We don't have to worry about one of the crews. I think one of the refs don't retire. But yeah, we got to worry about Roger Goodell's and the ref too as well. It's a long season, guys. It is a long season. So with that being said, I thank everybody for the donation to help grow the nation. Hey, the $2 goes a long way with everything from the production. I meant to say, I'm all the way with my words. You guys can tell I'm just super tired, just not getting out for work and stuff like that. But I love you guys so much that I just get off of work and I just jump on this thing and just start talking and speaking my mind, Look for videos, film sessions. The next film session I'm going to do is the linebacker. I need to do a film session. I have yet to do a film session on LVE. LVE, my thoughts, my decision of what LVE needs to do, what he's going to do, what he need to improve on, those things right there. Another $2, Dallas fan, my brother from another mother. Thank you for the donation to help grow the nation. 12-4. That's solid right there, man. That was 12-4, get into the playoff, win those 2-3 playoff games, go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. You guys gonna see me cry on live on 95. Y'all gonna see this brother just crying, tears of joy, tears of just anxiety, all busting out of my chest. You guys gonna see all that good stuff. It's just gonna be just medieval. And like I said, those who out there who have a business idea, Photoshop Dak Prescott in a bus, driving the bus, right? Just imagine this. Dak Prescott driving his bus. I'm gonna give you guys a little extra time because I'm really supposed to be gone by now. But since you guys are making a donation to help grow the nation, might as well just stay for a little bit longer. Dak Prescott driving the bus. The offensive line is the wheels. Ezekiel Elliott is the engine. And the armor is the defense. Guys can just craft that up real nice. I'm telling you. Dak Prescott can drive us through the Super Bowl. And we pick up the rest of the bandwagon fans on the way out. We just pick them up. And then we'll just make our full tour. If you think Dak Prescott doing a tour now, can you imagine when we win this Super Bowl? We can just stop by the ESPNs. Stop by the NFL Network. Stop by Undisputed. Let them do all the trash talking they can. And we just sit back like this. I got the keys. I got the keys. I got the keys to that bus. and we bring it on. And I just say, how about them Cowboys? Ooh wee, boy. That would be nice, man. Tavon Austin is the nitrous. Yes, the nitro. Tavon Austin. Who the tenant winners, you know? Who gonna be the tenant winners, man? We're gonna have some 22s on that bus, man, some 24s. Man, that bus is gonna be rolling, boy. Wide receivers are the mirrors. Yeah, you know, back shoulder fade. Wide receivers, you know. Rob Marinelli, the windshield wipers, wipe all this trash out the way. Rob Marinelli, boy, we can go on, boy. Somebody gonna craft up this bus. I haven't visualized somebody craft up this bus and have labels all over the bus. I'll buy that shirt. I had a shirt on, you know, the bus. Dak Prescott, keep driving that bus, man. All right, so shout out to everybody, man. I really thank you guys. Those who support the channel. Those who follow the channel, just don't forget to take that bus and smash that like button for me. And let everybody know of this channel, man. The best thing you can do for me is just share the content. I hear a lot of people, I know most of my shows are like 25 plus minutes. So if you're out in your shop, man, if you're out at work, just hit that little play button, you know, put your Bluetooths on, or or your earphones, and just hit play and just hear us talk about the Cowboys, you know. And that's just what it is, you know. Hit play and just let's relax, listen to us talk, and let's talk about these Cowboys and things that we can dream of, because this website, the NFL Dallas Cowboys website, they don't have nothing anyway. So for 6 weeks you're not doing anything. Just tune into the show, tune into the Law Nations. Check out the other guys too as well. That's been my time. I really thank you for yours. And remember, you're listening to Nothing But the Bass. Salute. I'm out. Let's jam out to some of this good stuff. Let's jam out. If I can turn it up. Come on, let's turn this thing up. Look at me, I can't get the music going. Y'all can hear me tapping. Well, this is what I'm going to do too as well. I'm going to get one of those silent mouse, you know. I know y'all can hear me tapping on this mouse. Like what is tapping noise is. Yeah, it's finna go one way. Come on, computer. Wake up. There she go. Where's she at? There she go. There she go. Yeah.